So I wanted to share something. I've been working today with a number of clients and I just felt I needed to share this because it seems to be so important. So I'm working as a therapist and also as a psychic medium. So, I'm the lucky one. I have my spiritual team here. So if I don't know what to do as a therapist, I literally ask them and they come in. And a couple of the clients I had today, it has really deeply touched me. And I understand there's a reason why these clients have come to me. And I just wanted to share it just so that if anyone else out there that is going through this, and I'll explain in a moment, then just, it's about being kind to yourself. Literally, it was, speaking, I had a client who's a mother, and I can connect to this and relate to this because I have a 26-year-old and 24-year-old, and things haven't always been, rosy, or how you imagine in these TV programs how mum is baking cakes and doing everything for the children. God, I tried, but cakes aren't my thing. I picked up the kids after school and worked at the same time and tried to do everything like every other mum is trying her best. But today listening to a mother who's really trying her hardest, but we were talking about her journey and what spirit was showing me, and maybe she didn't want to show everything to me, and so luckily spirit came in and told me information which made it easier, really. If you've come from a background where you haven't had the ideal childhood. What is an ideal childhood? But you've gone through difficulties in your own childhood of either being brought up in a dysfunctional family, whatever that could be, parents who are going through their own crap, whether they're alcoholics or whatever it is, or there's someone with depression, whatever it is. If you've been brought up in that environment and you're now a parent yourself, it's hard then to give to your own children. It can be difficult because there are many levels to this. It can be triggering off stuff that is related and connected to your own childhood, which you have gone through. So like post-traumatic stress almost. And not many people talk about that. And so then as a parent, then now with all the information we have on the internet and everything else, you can go through that stage where you tend to beat yourself up and thinking that you should be doing better for your children. But as I reminded one of my clients, I just said, if you haven't had it, it's hard to give to somebody else. And also it will be triggering things for you when your children go through different stages. And all I heard from Spirit and what they showed me, I could see her background, I could see what she had been through her journey. And there was still that tender part of her that there are layers to her of, as a woman, there's that healing that needs to be resolved within her. And I know that she's done some work on that and her personal development, and she's addressed that with therapists in the past, because I can see that. But sometimes there's layers of, if we think of the cellular self and the soul, there is layers to parts of you where you'll go through one stage, you'll get that help, and then something else will be triggered and something will come up. And God, if you're a mother and you've got children and they're going through different stages, as a teenager and all the other stages they're going through, it's going to trigger stuff off in you. And then another client today where they have gone through a similar process of stuff that's happened to them through their childhood, lived in a very dysfunctional background, and a parent being very controlling of them and had narcissistic trends. You could see that in their parent. And so them growing up now and becoming an adult woman, and this happens to guys as well, but I'm only going with what I've had and clients that I've seen today. Then it can make you quite sensitive then as an individual. Then when you go on to have your own relationships, it's like, what do you attract into your own energy stream? Or if we look at the psychology, what you're going to attract back. Because if you've had that in a dysfunctional parenting setting, that family setting, if you've only seen your parents behave in a certain way, and if it's unhealthy to some degree, you're only really may then end up looking at that in your own relationships because you don't know anything different. So it's really about identifying where you are. So if something is triggering you, to help you today, it would be if something's triggering you and making you feel something, to look at that, what it's bringing up for you, to address in what it's bringing up to you, to, you know, again, a bit like that post-traumatic stress where it fires emotions within you. Have a look at that, explore that, you know, whether you see a therapist or whoever, but have a look at that of what it's showing you. And if you're in a relationship that is dysfunctional, is not serving you, have a look at how maybe making changes within it for you. You know, this woman in particular, she couldn't leave her husband because of she has young children or whatever, and the other lady as well, there was stuff going on for her. Sometimes it's not as easy as that at this particular moment. So it's about taking back your own power. What is it that you can do for you to be living in any situation that could help you at this particular time? Because then there's also this, you could beat yourself up and feel guilty that you should be leaving, you should be doing something because everyone tells you that's what you should be doing. But it has to come back to you as an individual. Go with what feels right for you. If you do want to leave, that's fine. Put those steps into place. I'm not an expert on that. But what I'm saying is, keep coming back to yourself. See where you are. What's going on for you? Where did it come from? Try and understand yourself more. And then helping yourself moving forward. And the first client, I had lipstick on, and she said, oh, you know, your hair and your lipstick and makeup. And I said, because this is my job. This is what I do for a living. You know, I speak with clients. But directly I'm finished today, I'm in the bath and, you know, hair be tied up, makeup's coming off. I look like a normal human being. But I think for me today, I just needed to say this because for everyone out there who's listening to this, if this serves a purpose, whatever I might have said, you know, I'm hearing downloads at the same time. I hope it will help someone to stop beating themselves up, stop thinking, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Just ease up off yourself, you know, just take a nice deep breath and just breathe into it and just be kind to yourself, okay? I'll be your cheerleader, or find like-minded people who will be your cheerleader to help you, sort of support you, who will listen to you. But stop beating yourself up because it doesn't serve any purpose, doesn't serve you, does it? So if you feel triggered by anyone, just look at possibility, the why. If you need help, go find yourself someone to help you. But just wanted to say, because today I've heard it from so many people. Yeah, today was a day full of women. Yesterday I had somebody, that was a gentleman that had something happen to him. But I just wanted to say, just be kind to yourself. Do what feels right for you, okay? And that's the most important thing. That's what I wanted to share today.